I'm going to talk about an interpretation app for deaf people. Basically, you Skype. You use it as a Skype and you call the interpreter. Or you can also just, or you can do something. Did you know there's 11 million people with hearing loss? And that number is said to rise by 4.6 million by 2035. So that's 1 in 5 people by 2035. We can't ignore the needs of so many deaf people. Deaf people tend to use sign language. It's got a different word order, and sometimes they also finger spell. So that's, if I was saying my name, I'd say my name is Liz, but in sign language I would say name me Liz. Deaf people with capital D are deaf people whose hearing loss had occurred before they'd fully developed speaking and language skills. And deaf people with small d is anyone who's got any hearing problems. Deaf people with capital D, they belong to the deaf community. They have a deaf culture, meaning that they prefer to communicate in sign language, and when they have to deal with complex messages in English, like about their health, that means that it's quite difficult, they might get confused. And belonging to the deaf culture means there's a deaf identity, there's a separation from the hearing culture. They experience stigmatization as well, and sometimes their psychological needs aren't met just because of an unwillingness to engage with the hearing world almost. So let's talk about deaf health. It was found in this Sickabit report that the deaf population has much worse health than the general population. This report was conducted with the Bristol's Deaf Centre, and my charity's sick of it. My charity's Sign Health, it's all good. And then, so they found some issues. They found discrimination from the hearing world, issues to do with communication, issues to do with access, and issues to do with interpreters not being great. They also found that deaf people said they felt confused about what to do with the hearing services, how to use them. They felt unmotivated, they didn't feel in control of their health, and they felt patronised by their doctors. So, what did they do in the Sick of It study? Well, firstly, they did an opinion survey where they asked deaf people, what do you think about the doctors? What do you think about the interpreters? What's your health like? We don't know, tell us. The second part is that they conducted comprehensive health assessments, and there were doctors present, and also high quality interpreters. It's my... There were high quality interpreters present, and we found out that deaf people are often overweight and they have high blood pressure. Then they conducted detailed interviews which revealed dissatisfaction and disrespect from a lot of healthcare staff, as well as some cultural issues where the deaf people don't really want to talk to hearing people. So why am I doing this study? To solve some of these problems. I want to empower deaf people. I want to make them feel more responsible for their health, more in control. I want to improve their health communication, access, their outcomes. I want to deal with some interpreter issues. So how could I do that? Well, hopefully with this app. There it is, there's an app for deaf people, which I haven't talked about before because stuff happened. It's okay. So the app, it's beautiful. You get it on your phone, you can call an interpreter, you can control how it works, you can choose how to use it. The layout's quite simple. On the green we have the intervention group where the deaf people use the app for 12 months, and then on the yellow we have the control group where they get the app after 12 months. And my participants are 680 deaf people where we're going to give them the app to use, and then later we'll get them to answer some questions about it. And we're also going to talk to healthcare staff and project workers later on. So my location, we've got the urban Worcestershire, the rural Cumbria, and the seaside town of Merseyside, and I'm hoping to see some changes depending on location. So we're going to talk about the signal, because in Cumbria the signal's not great. Hi Dom. The signal's not great in Cumbria, as you can see here, and not great in Worcestershire either. So that means we're going to go with 3G, meaning that the app might not work. So we'll find out. That's very important to know. So I'm measuring it. I'm going to talk about how useful the app is to deaf people, whether it's easy to use, and then I'm going to talk about some of the things in the Sick of It study, like was the app, did it improve your access, did it improve anything to do with your health, did it improve your motivation at all? So in conclusion, I'm hoping that if my study results show that the app is great, it's useful, then we're going to roll it out nationally, and that will provide a very elegant, a simple solution to the range of complex issues that deaf people have to deal with.